Hey, hey, it's me. I'm online. Didn't even take time to set my lights up and everything. That's okay, fine. Crazy things are happening right now. Crazy things are happening right now. So let's have a look. Right's going. So Ontario is going through some wild weather right now, as is everywhere else, all over. I'm still just trying to get myself set up here. Thanks everybody for showing up. Hit subscribe, hit like and share, and I'm just going to set myself up here really quickly. Okay, here we are on radar. Let's go. So this is our storm right now, heading currently into southern Ontario. Tornado warnings have been dropped here in Michigan, so that's really nice. Just not too recently, also near Flint, we had tornadoes. That seems to be. We'll have a look and see what the rotation looks like, but nothing too crazy happening there right now, so that's nice. This looks a little suspicious. Near Metamora lap here, so we'll see what that cell does. But no, that's good sign. That's a good sign. Those were all tornado warned storms not very long ago, and we see it's crossing into Ontario, right in Chatham. You are now about to get hit if you have friends in Chatham, and this looks pretty solid. We can have a look and see if there's what may be in there for hail. That is a big concern right now. So we are concerned that there may be possibilities of hail in some of these areas, right? So what the official statement says currently for Windsor, small size hail, strong winds up to 90 kilometers an hour, heavy downpours. It's beginning to push through southwestern Ontario right now. That would be 1:37 in the morning there, so a little late showing up. Just up here, special weather statement for Northern Wellington, sorry. Cold front expected to track through, so this will be, the thunderstorms will reach through here. Whether there'll still be thunderstorms or not, I don't know. Cold will track through. Northwesterly winds gusting 70 to 80 kilometers for much of the afternoon and evening, right? So that was issued earlier today. Could ease Wednesday night. Flash freeze. I was not prepared to talk tonight, but I just thought, wow, so much is going on. Flash freeze warning. That's hard to say. Through much of the rest. Man, there's so much happening right now, everywhere. 25 to 60 millimeters of rain possible in New Brunswick. We got wind warnings and rainfall warnings in New Brunswick as well. 70 to 80 kilometer an hour, maybe 100 over new exposed areas in Charlotte County. Down southern Nova Scotia, same sort of warnings. 100 kilometers an hour expected there. Special weather statement up into Halifax and the entire rest of the province. 25 to 50 millimeters of rain, 79 to 90 kilometer an hour winds, 100 kilometer an hour winds. Have a look into Kent County, Bay of Fundy, 15 to 25 millimeters, 60 80 kilometer an hour winds. So this is some big time stuff. Possible 2 millimeter rain up into Gaspésie, southern tip of Newfoundland, wreck house winds up to 140 kilometers an hour. So this is some of that storm that's passing through. Yes, lots of different kinds of things. Multi-episode day of wind chills near minus 45 in northern Ontario, minus 40. There, for some reason, not in Winnipeg. You're okay right now, I bet. 45 and colder with some pretty good winds inland in northern Manitoba, and then extreme cold as well. If we go into northern Saskatchewan, 45 degrees below, 30 to 35 in southern Saskatchewan, Sask, minus 40 wind chills in Alberta. Okay, and here we are in we do have snowfall warnings in the Trans-Canada Highway. Winter storm warning. Coquihalla Highway, Hope, Trans-Canada. Tonight into Thursday. I guess if we're going to talk about that, I could share to group. Here's a group I run, Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers. Right now, including British Columbia. And I think if I go and look here, I just in case, so you might hit the like there, and if you want to leave a comment, please do. That would be awesome. So, hooray if you're watching. If not, that's fine. You'll catch it later. Okay, back to Ontario. Let's have a look back at these velocities. Okay, so yeah, that is angry looking in here. Ooh, nothing screams tornado necessarily. Sure, that's fine. Definitely some areas there we go. Fresh radar. Definitely some areas where the wind's going to be pounding through and really coming into Chatham right now. Just on the north side of Chatham, passing through and already moving. This is moving pretty fast out to Louisville already. So look at that. We were just in Chatham and gone between. Expected that we'd still be sitting over top Chatham, but no, that has moved on and up into. It's already passed along the shoreline of Lake Sinclair. And maybe we can get a better Ontario looking image. Here we go. Yes. Wow. So the fact that it's February, what is it? February the 27th. It's February the 27th. And this is going on right now at 1:42 in the morning in Southern Ontario. The fact I've seen March, early March. This is wild though. Tornado season generally starts at this time of year. Down here, you know, this is way up there. Other tornado warnings. Do we have other tornadoes? No, we only have severe. So all tornado warnings right now are no longer in effect. Let's see what the mesoscale discussion is saying. It expires in 2 minutes. So direction 20 miles. So the overall complex is not quite organized, and so it's lost some energy as it's passed through. Hail, wind remain the primary risks now. So other mesoscale happening right now. For the lower Ohio Valley, concerning tornado watch 27. Severe weather threat for tornado watch 27 continues. Surface front surging across Illinois. We have just this isolated cell here. Lightning is increasing with this activity. So that's a pretty fresh one still. When was that issued? Whatever. Okay. But no tornado watches currently in effect. South side of Lake Erie. So here's our storm line now. Passing through Southern Ontario quickly. Louisville. Looks like some of these cells are on target for Glencoe, Appin, Alveston, Cairo. Looks like you're going to get definitely these cells full on. This popcorn in behind here is going to probably grow. Hug the north side of Lake Erie. So if it does, then it may affect Wallace-Town, Port Stanley. We have other cells out in Lake Erie that may come ashore further up into southern Ontario. That is meaty looking. Very, very, very interesting. Very strong storms. Very strong. Look at this guy down here by himself. Oof. Weird things are going on in there, man. Weird things are going on in there. Ohio below you is just starting to pop up. Severe thunderstorm warning. Effect there. That's just off of our radar, so maybe we can get a better look at it. If we go to Cleveland, there we go. So strong storms, isolated ones popping up. Wow, I mean, look at how many different things are up right now. Is it a skill discussion? Yes, it's. So here's the tornado watch that continues. It's a large area. We have this storm we've been watching heading right into Indianapolis right now. It was tornado warned when it was on the Illinois side. Half hour, 45 minutes ago, something like that. So moving pretty quickly. The warning is canceled there, so new one's probably issued. Tornado watch, though. The blue area is the tornado watch. And we have a separate tornado watch. No. Okay, anyways. Late at night. Late at night. I'm less shocked about. I mean, we see tornadoes at this time of year and through the Appalachians. That happens. But come to southern Ontario. So Sarnia, you're about to get another round of it. Probably hearing it. It hasn't been much of a break since this guy's probably gone by you. Grand Bend now. Goderich, you're still a little ways off, but I'm sure if you're sitting on the shoreline, I bet you'd see some mighty flying across the lake right now. I bet you'd be quite a show watching it come in. Storm cells and moving to Park Hill, Nain, Ailsa Craig, Poplar Hill, so small towns just northwest of London, Ontario. Multitudes of cells passing through. The fact that we are in this time of year and we are talking about this kind of weather is just wild. And this isn't the first time today it came through in southern Ontario. Earlier this morning, very strong, powerful storms. Powerful storms. Here's that whole low pressure system. And I'm just trying to find a good size for us here. Here's that low pressure system sitting right up. Like, you can really say it goes from Texas to northern Quebec. Very large center of low pressure. The center itself is really at this hour, expected to be moving straight through Ontario. So you're going to get the downward effect of this. What's going to happen is this cold air is going to come in behind, and that is what's happening. That's what's creating these thunderstorms with such power. You're going to get that flash freeze when this cold front moves through. So here we are back to 0 hour. Where are these thunderstorms possibly going? It's a large area of instability. Wow. So up through Kentucky into the Ohio Valley. And then in behind, in the morning, comes snow. For Michigan, for Southern Ontario. You're going to have rain transitioning to snow probably. And then a possibility of, in front of that, a strong line of storm tomorrow afternoon developing. Until they dissipate, maybe, once they stall somewhere. So your point here, you're going to have at the chance of that heading thunder snow, that front going up the Ottawa Valley, up into the Laurentians, up Tremblant, down into upper New York State, through the Catskills there, down Utica, Birmingham. You're probably going to see strong thunderstorms followed by snow behind. I've seen this kind of thing happen before. So that is where it's going. And there's our two lines. So this first one is really starting to pull itself together, and it's now really, we got lightning strikes up to Caledonia, Brantford, Paris, Princeton. So this line has really started to pull itself together. And we go down, look at Southern Ontario. We do have random lightning strikes. Most recently up Petrolia, Marysville, Sarnia getting some lightning. Up through Forest, Thedford. Lovely part of the province, lovely part of the country. This whole drive from Goderich down, really, really lovely. Really enjoyed being up in the Owen Sound area. Lightning really going off near Grayling, Michigan. Fresh strikes down by Hadley. Our storm in Indiana. Supercharged. Our guys in Illinois organizing. And in southern BC right now, we do have precipitation happening. I hate that this on windy just goes way in or way out if I use my mouse. And I'm always tempted to want to scroll in with my mouse. So yeah, snowfall happening, Salmon Arm, Seymour Arm, Revelstoke, probably just starting to see it in the cusp. So it's really been on this flank of the mountains tonight. And of course, there's this gap in the radar. You can assume that there's snow happening there too. This coverage isn't great, but maybe there's a gap. Maybe it's certainly it's still snowing here in Wells. I was just outside. The temperatures come up. It's only 12 below. My water line froze last night, so it must have been cold. It must have been somewhere down by minus 30s usually when I expect that to happen. So it got a little colder than even I expected last night. Snow falling through Highway 16 and 97 north up to Summit Lake. So most of the Caribbean that was experiencing snow earlier, there was a lot of this was sitting right over 97 for quite a while. And then everyone in Vancouver is up. They're terrified. There might be 5 centimeters of snow there tonight. There might be. We can find out what's going on right now. So no fresh tornado warnings. It seems like maybe I was an hour too late in starting doing this for tornado warnings, because really within 10 minutes, 5 minutes before I went on, the last tornado warning was dropped, and we haven't seen a fresh one since. And they've been rotating through the night, the last 5, 6. Well, they've been rotating all day. You would come on here, look at radar scope, and there'd be a rotating cast of tornado warnings throughout the day. So you can check your favorite chasers. I know Reed Timmer was out today. I know all the good guys that really good at that stuff. I know Ryan Holyall had his, he does a stream marathon all day long. So he's always a pretty good place to watch, I guess, in those kind of moments. Same mesoscale discussion in Olney. Hey, it's like Joey Olney. So let's go back to and have a look. Indianapolis. The cells fairly, I don't think it's going to produce a tornado warning. But yeah, the severe storm warning all the way up in Indianapolis continues. So there's that one. Right now in Ohio, doesn't look like it has much rotation or anything going on there. New one in land. It's almost sitting right on the radar, so it's kind of hard to tell. But that is an aggressive looking cell. I'm sure it doesn't seem to want to turn tornadic either, so that's nice. And this guy is, I'm sure Sarnia is getting a show right now. It must be really interesting. So that is what's going on right now. That's the skinny of it. Here it's moving through Moraviantown, Thamesville, Bottville, Oak Rings. Looks like Glencoe, you're going to be seeing it pretty soon. Elviston, you're going to be seeing it pretty soon if you're not already. Let's switch to the radar and see what we're actually getting here, because some of these, if they get some rain, we could maybe go actually back to split screen and we'll go to precipitation depiction. Could be some hail in there. That looks like there's probably some pretty large hail near Beaver Meadow, coming towards Oakdale, Florence, North Thamesville. So they might be getting some hail right now. Maybe a little bit near Ridgetown and Morpeth at this little county road here. Anyone living on that's probably seeing some hail. Grand Bend, storm is almost on you now. These are, it's like two sort of lines. And look how this one has really come together. It has since we started streaming. So Cambridge, it's just south of you now. Rockton, Westover, Greensville, Hamilton, Ontario, Ancaster, Copetown, Mount Hope. We're all in the crosshairs. Stony Creek, I imagine we're just coming short of radar contact through here, but I imagine we're seeing some of the same stuff. But I don't know. We don't see lightning strikes necessarily here, but I would still imagine that maybe down in this southern part of Ontario, still heading towards St. Catharines, you're some rain there right now. I'm looking at a lot of storms. Charged right up. Definitely charged right up. Nothing too alarming. Nothing too alarming. No, nothing rotation-wise alarming. Port Bruce, Mount Salem. Coming to you next. Rodney, you're just starting to see some lightning strike. Lightning struck pretty close to you there. So that's your wake-up call. Boom. Here it comes. West Lorne, Wardsville, you're next. Newbury, Glencoe, Elvinston. And some of these areas are already seeing rainfall and hail. So definitely rain through much of that. We'll go back at BC now. What's going on here? Falling. We could assume probably everything is going to be snowfall here because it's very cold. But if we want, we could go to precipitation depiction. Have a look. So very cold. Summit Lake, Chief Lake, Willow River, just outside Prince George, Sinclair Mills, Penny. So Highway 16, Upper Fraser. Snowing pretty good there right now. Snowing pretty good. Lightly here in Barkerville, but still falling. Still falling. And out in the mountains here, a nice little band of it. Not affecting anybody. Have a look at southern BC. Celista, Sicamous, Kingfisher, Grindrod, Mara, snowing there pretty good. Shuswap, Falls, Cherryville, McCullough, Edgewood, Christian Valley. I would think if we're just probably getting further out of radar contact here, close to the border, but I would imagine this is a problem I have often with these areas of BC in the very far south and southeast. We don't get good radar coverage from any of the stations really. They all sort of hit everywhere but you know we do have Calgary, but it really doesn't, with the mountains in the way, give us ever an idea of truly what's happening here. We just get kind of muddled images. So that's a constant problem. Southern BC, I wish we'd have more radar coverage, but we don't. But yes, so good healthy snowfall happening there for sure. Have a look over at the coast. So interesting. Here's interesting. We have snowfall in Maple Ridge, Walnut Grove, Murrayville, Abbotsford. Got kind of mix through North Delta, Surrey, Point Roberts, Coquitlam. Let's have a look at reported temperatures right now. So just hovering around 2 degrees. They're hovering around 1, 2, 0, just a little ways inland. A little ways inland, we start getting those zeros. I would think that this one is broken, minus 26. And just like the one that said minus 72 forever in Big Creek, seems to be out. When you go further enough out, 17s, 14s, so warming up right now in BC already. As I said I would in my forecast this week. Northern BC, not so lucky. You're not going to warm up at all. And you see that cold air. I need to switch to temperature here. And go current to give you kind of a graphic of coldest air is, how that thing down into these storms. So here we have in Kentucky right now 21 degrees, and over in Iowa -9. So think about that spread. There's a 30-degree spread right there between just over the course of 3 states. Illinois is caught in the middle, and that's why it's on that tornado watch tonight. 14s, -21. Nice. -21. So yeah, look at that. Down Wyoming, Montana, getting some of that cold air. That seems unusual. But we have 31. So Winnipeg, you're only at -25. They don't give Winnipeg an extreme cold warning for -25. And I find that almost offensive because that's the temperature that will kill you easily. And so you look in northern Ontario right now, 23 below, and you look our reported temperatures right now where our storms are 15. So, that's a huge spread in the province of temperatures. 15, 30 below, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if my face has been in the camera or not for how long, but that's what you get. Hail parameters. So yeah, the hail threat in northern Ontario on Wednesday is certainly there. All along this huge stretch, we're going to see another breakout of thunderstorms, and that cold air is going to slip in below. So maybe I'll actually make like a 5-minute forecast tomorrow morning or something like that. That reflects what we're looking at for the next coming days. And you just get to sit here live stream with me, and as I study everything that's going on, get a better idea or picture. So snow falling in Abbotsford. That looks like some pretty snowfall right there, actually. So sounding at 38.5 dBz. Sometimes I pull up Siri and I'm like, do the equation for me. I would like to set it in my settings. So rain falling in Vancouver Island, heavy rain just off of Vancouver, and a mix of snow transition. So there's probably some snowflakes falling on some of you in Vancouver. Probably some rain. Delta getting a weird wet mix as well. And raining up the coast. So that cold air is blocked. Okay. Well, I've been talking for a while. That is wild though. And this is current, these temperatures. So it's currently 2 in the morning there in Indianapolis, and it's 21 degrees. It's February. 23 down Seymour, south of there. And that's an image of a continent that's in battle. I think earlier today, I got the image here somewhere. Earlier today, here we go. We had this. So how much of that cold air, this was Monday, that cold air sitting up, and we were experiencing it in BC. It was awful. And then you had way above average. So this is a temperature anomaly. This is what would be average is kind of like the white, whatever, it's like nothing's really going on. Maybe the yellow a little bit, or just these really light colors are what you would expect. Not too far above or too far below what we would expect. So we had very hot temperatures, and you see that reflecting in these numbers. Let's have a look at where our storms are right now. Before we go, oops. So Exeter, Stratford, you're soon. In St. Mary's, you're soon. Woodstock soon. Definitely. Kitchener getting a pass. Cambridge, not so lucky. You're going to catch the edge. Definitely going to catch the edge of it. Of this particular line. That seems to be quite active in this area heading towards Hamilton. So it'll be coming over the brow pretty soon there. And the brow is here pretty much. And that little green line is the brow of Hamilton. So that's the escarpment. Niagara Falls over that escarpment down here. For those of you who've never been there. The scattered thunderstorm activity, but mostly heavy rain. Delhi, Pine Grove, Turkey Point. So, but heavy rain. Turned off precipitation depiction. What's this? Severe thunderstorm watch. Oh, that's on the American side. That's why. No. So severe thunderstorm watch. Okay, that's weird because I've never had Canadian severe thunderstorm watches on my radar scope. So I guess radar scope is now including watches. That's really nice. Our Canadian watches. They've only really ever put severe storm and tornado warnings, tornado watches on here, but they never really put severe storm watches. So that's nice. I hope that stays. So yeah, there you go. It's now listed. It's now Canadian severe storm watches. Thank you, radar scope. It's a nice change. Wow, that storm is jacked. Wow, that storm is jacked. Coming into Bloomfield Township, Waterford Township, Rochester Hills. That storm is jacked on the Michigan side right now. So it's not producing any tornado-like behavior, apparently. It's a suspicious-looking guy. Look at how that guy, I don't know, he's suspicious. So I'd keep eyes on this one. This hook down here for sure. Sarnia direct hit. And almost moving past you now. You're gonna have it's gonna last for a little while. Some of this may trail along behind, but the worst of it is now pass over Sarnia. Wyoming and much in it. Inwood, Elviston, Newberry, Wardsville, Bothville, Moraviantown. That is this little area of rotation. Weak rotation. Some of that in behind. So definitely some of these cells, there's some weird things happening in here, and maybe not enough to issue tornado watch or warning or anything like that, but enough to make me go look at it and go, wow, that's wild. That's a jacked storm. Huron Park, Dashwood. So these are moving pretty fast. You know, how long have I been on here now? It was just at on this side of Chatham when I was setting up the stream. Oh yeah, lying hypocrite. Whatever. You know what you do is you just ban these people, and then you don't have to read their bullshit. So that's nice. One comment says lying hypocrite. Yeah, that helps me to. Anyways, it's helped me today to get my vision for what BC weather is going to look like, for weather across the continent is going to look like tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. And with that, I think that's about all I was going to say today. As this rolls through overnight, do we have hail in there? Maybe a little bit of hail still in these purples. But beautiful looking. A new mesoscale discussion. So this is severe weather threat for 26. So this is expected to continue across southeast lower Michigan over the next 1 to 2 hours. And that includes Ontario as well. You could basically kind of take some of this discussion and put it into there. The latest latest high resolution radar from Detroit shows a disjointed line of strong to severe storms ongoing 30 to 40 statute miles to the north of Detroit. The line of storms is being supported by a subtle shortwave trough and an associated vorticity max. So shortwave trough being it's a long stretch of, and we saw how that low is shaped like so, running from Quebec down towards Texas. So in the middle of the trough, you think there's a low pressure. So a ridge of high pressure, a trough of low pressure. Shortwave trough, associated vorticity. So it's a trough. It's able to create still some rotation. Has Cape values around 500 joules per kilogram. So enough to still maybe get things spinning. 45 to 50 knots, 0.6 kilometer shear. It could isolate supercells capable of producing wind damage, large hail. So may also be sufficient for a brief tornado as well. So that is still some of the things that we're looking at that possibly still roll through. You could still be seeing some of the same weather behavior, right? Goderich. Finally catching up to you, Port Albert. So we've seen new cells just develop kind of quick up along the shoreline now. Very impressive. Very impressive. Okay, well, anyways, thanks for being here. And I'll see you next time.